Hey everyone, Craig Gordon, Vice President of Prevail, and I'm joined by my good friend, fearless leader, Andrew Stafford, President.
Thank you for saying good friend. That's very nice of you,
Well,
Craig. I
we are good
appreciate it.
friends.
We are good
We're
buddies.
blessed to be able to do that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Good
yeah.
topic today.
Good topic. So I think a lot of people want to know what
Yep.
we're hearing. Has the S&P bottomed out? Is this the time to get back in, start really investing in? And one of the things that I'm not sure people understand or are aware of is the relative strength index.
Yep.
And
The
how
RSI.
the RSI and how we use that to kind of get a feel for where maybe the market is overbought, underbought, kind of knowing when to go in. Maybe talk a little bit
Yeah.
about that and how we use that.
So, and we're going after a couple of days of the market rebounding, right?
That's right.
So
Yeah.
the timing of when these all hit, the market and everything, we're sometimes off a little bit. So let's look at it today. We're March 1st. We've had 2 days.
Yep. April
April
1st.
1st. We've had 2 days
Yep. That was
of
April
really
Fools.
good. That was April Fool's, 2 days of really good market. So
Yeah.
the RSI, what does it mean?
Right.
You look at it, there's a way to look at the market from a tactical standpoint.
Mhm.
This is more of a tactical measure. And you're looking to see, are we in an expansion mode? Are we in an oversold mode? Some of the
Right.
things you start out
Right.
with. So 3 different categories we look at. RSI, over 70, that's kind of where we were with the tech stocks
Yeah.
going into last year.
We
You would
felt it.
basically look at it and, man, it's a little overheated. Okay. You start to get to an RSI around 50. Well, let's call that a neutral position.
Okay.
You're driving 55 miles an hour on the highway, right?
Right.
Or
Steady.
you're steady Eddie, you're going the speed limit. You're not at risk of getting a ticket. When we start getting below 45, then you're looking at areas of maybe it's a reentry point. But what I will say is it's a cautious reentry point.
That's right.
Right? Because
It's not predictive or
it's not
crystal ball.
predictive, no crystal ball. We can't guarantee anything. You get the RSI below 30, now we're in what we would
Yeah.
basically say is an oversold position. So right now, after a couple good days in the market, we're hovering below 45, call it 44, somewhere in that range, which is basically saying the relative strength is at a moment where buying good companies, buying good holdings, you could have some good entry points. Now, does that mean everybody should flood right back into the market? No,
Yeah.
because what the RSI basically could say is it's predicting a potential bounce, but that bounce could come back down.
It's also relative to other conditions and news and things of that nature in
That's
the
right.
world that could
That's right.
certainly change that.
So from a tactical standpoint, when you're looking at the RSI, and by the way, there's a multitude of ways to
Right.
look at the market.
Right.
We're picking one.
That's right.
Right? One. But when you're looking at the RSI, we get below 45. That is basically can indicate potentially
Yeah.
that we might have a bounce. And in all honesty, we've seen it the past couple days.
The market's tried.
The market is
It
tried.
wants to.
And the market feels like it wants to go
It
up.
does.
It's
It does.
so headline driven, which is what you're going to have when you get the RSI below 45.
Yeah.
When that strength gets down there, it's going to be very headline driven. But what I think it's indicating is we're not at a point where it's predicting recession.
Yeah.
The economy's not predicting recession. And we may be seeing a potential
Yep.
bounce in the markets. You're seeing that nonstop. In good news, markets go up. Bad news, markets go down. So
That's right.
volatility, that's basically what the RSI is kind of measuring. And we're in that very volatile cycle. So the takeaway for people is high quality names,
Yep.
good balance sheets, things that you think are going to be able to withstand potential outcomes in the economy as we look forward. And we'll probably talk on some
Right.
of this today. 10-year treasury,
Yeah. Consider driving.
non-energy sensitive,
Yep.
and relative strength of the dollar. We're going to hit those 3 topics later today. But at this point, the RSI is at a moment where we look at it and say, hey, potential opportunity to buy. Can't predict markets 12 months from now, likely be higher. But again, we don't know. Anything can happen with
Well,
investment.
I love it. And for most people, I think this is going to be some new information, something new to understand and kind of see how some of us professional money managers look at different things and find the opportunities. So
Absolutely.
if you'd like to learn more, check us out at prevailiws.com.